Hello, my name is Christian, and I am going to show um, a software that I've been working on the past 3 to 4 months. So it is a galaxy server where you can store a number of different galaxies. Right now I only have one galaxy called Test. So you can control the galaxy by a number of values here. So the first one is a seed for uniqueness. I can specify how many arms I want. So I'm going to create at the moment you can only create a spiral galaxy. You can specify the amount of stars. That's 100. So this is 100,000 stars, and I want 20,000 of them to be in the galaxy core. And yeah, I have some more less important values here that controls the shape in various ways. So I click apply, and a galaxy with 3 arms is created. Just for the spiral effect, let's maybe put this value up to 7. Okay, now we got a nice spiral shape here. So let's go into this galaxy and see what we can do. You can take a look around. You can see the shape, the spiral shape here of the galaxy, and you cannot really interact with the auto-generated stars yet, but what you can do is you can create custom stars. So I just created a new star. It's called a name system, so I'm going to give this a new name, 1 and system 1, and I click apply. Okay, so let's create a second star. Call it 2, system 2, and I want it to be a white giant. Apply. And as you've seen, all these systems that I create, they are placed exactly in the middle of the disk of the galaxy, but that is not the way it has to be. I can create a third star, system 3, and I want it to be a medium orange. And if I want to change the position much closer to me, closer to the camera, I can set the Y position to 300, and it should be, oh yeah, here it is. You can see system 3 here, and I can pass it with the camera. What I also can do is I can connect these systems to each other by dragging a line between them. At the moment, this connection it doesn't really do anything, but in the future I will add a feature to let players or people move and transport resources between the systems. So then these routes will play a very important role here. So I can disconnect the system if I don't want it to be connected anymore. And the main feature about this system is the concept of resources, that you have structures in these systems that either create resources from nothing, or they convert resources from one type to another. So let me add a structure here. So system 3, I'm going to create a mine. Well, I can add a bunch of mines actually. At the moment you can only have 3 mines or 3 structures in the system, but that's just a limitation of the UI. So there's a bit of work on the UI side to make everything to make the UI support everything that the server can do. As you can see, it started to generate minerals here the moment that I created the structure. So we can go into, let's say, system 1 again, and I want to add a power plant. Create the power plant. So the power plant creates energy, while the mine here creates resources, and the number ticks away, and they ticks away on the server, not in the client really. So if we stop the client, the resources will continue to be generated. So let's see here I have 0.09 resources, and I can stop the client. And if I go back into the galaxy again, I should have way more than 0.09 energy now. Yeah, I'm up to 0.150. So the idea is to let players or people in this system to take control over one or many systems, and then use these systems to generate resources, and then ship around to other places where they can be converted to the resources that they need. And what I'm going to use this for is a game called Abydos Skies, that is like a fantasy space flight simulator game where people fly around in a world, and they do a little bit of fighting to get access to a resource node like this, and they can take the resources from it and transport it home, where they can convert it to something like new ships or upgrades or modules or similar. But keep in mind that even though I have a galaxy here now with systems, that is not really the way it needs to be, because what it really is just nodes and resources in a 3-dimensional space, or a 2-dimensional space if you want. So what you could do is, instead of having a big galaxy like this, you could have like a 2-dimensional map, like a terrain, or even like a smaller world, like a city, and the systems here could be structures within that system. So it's more like how the client chooses to represent this to the player or the person, rather than how it's defined on the server. Yeah, so that is what I have done, and the next step for me is to add these transport systems to transport people around and resources around, and add some sort of faction system where people can do a little fighting and have a little bit of conflict to take control over the resources in the galaxy. Okay, so that ends my demo.